page we have a lot of flags. These were dyed using regular felt tip pen as it works best for the fine lines and shapes. Here is the pansexual pride flag. Here is the trans pride flag. Here is the polyamorous pride flag. Union Jack, England, lesbian pride flag. This one is supposed to be the sunset flag, although I don't have the right colours. This is the gay flag or the Vinnican flag, but I don't exactly have the right colours either. Here is the non-binary flag, a romantic pride flag, 6-colour rainbow LGBT pride flag. This was one of the first flags I did when I was still learning about how long I should leave each colour dry before applying each layer. Abrosexual pride flag. This is a rainbow design. I think this was in honour for the NHS. I tried my hand at some stitching, but I'm not very good at it. New Equivalus country flag. New Equivalus is the kingdom where all of my original most of my original characters are living in. Abro-romantic pride flag. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but this is the apothecosexual pride flag, which is the sex-repulsed asexual pride flag, basically. Fly, brother, fly. Bisexual pride flag. Asexual, biromantic asexual, and sapphic are up here with the rest of my flags. This is from a couple months ago. It doesn't have any specific place. It's a sort of sketchy version of this image. This very abstract and old antique coloured background. I think I was trying to dye fabric with paint, possibly coffee. This is also from a couple months ago, May, possibly April. I used this for the credits of My Dearest, which was for me and Kanyanta's anniversary. This one's from June of last year. Everything else should be in chronological order, starting from June of 2021. This is the majority of the Macbeth characters, or at least my designs for the Macbeth characters. We have Ross, Cassiopeia, aka Lady Macduff, Lord Macduff, Prince Malcolm, or King Malcolm as he would now be, King Duncan. This was set before the events of the play, so that's why he's still alive. Prince Donalbain, Lord Banquo, Lord Macbeth, Fleance, and Lady Macbeth, or Gruach, or Jen, or whatever you want to call her. Back before the events of the play, back when they were all happy. Not to say that they're not happy now. There's my cat. Her name is Scoop, and she is a medium or a long-haired tortoiseshell. She's very fluffy. Here is me and Kanyanta's pony OCs, because we could stay at home to watch the sunset, which is a song lyric from the song Are You Bored Yet? Colours look a bit bleached to you. That's because someone ran off with it and got it covered in toothpaste. Why? This was just me blending and experimenting with skin tones. As you can see, it is on squared paper. I found a lot of squared paper, so a lot of it will be on math book paper. I think it makes a nice sort of background. It's just experimental for Pride Month. Try to cram every single flag in there, but it just didn't work. I call it the LGB tree. I have a new one now. This one's watercolour with the progress flag, rather than trying to cram every single Pride flag on one drawing, because that's impossible. This is a very old bookmark of Pony Mazzy from 2020. Coffee stained paper. If you didn't recognise the lyrics, this is the Mariner's Revenge song, which is a song by the Decemberists. I actually did an animatic of that song, but it was only a short section of it. It's from 2019 and people were telling me that I should continue it, but I'm like, no, because it wouldn't make sense. The character I chose for the Mariner was my character Centurion, but the character I chose for the Mariner's mother was Crimson, who was Centurion's wife, so it doesn't make sense. If you can read my writing, this is a short comic I did as an alternate universe to my audio drama TGIF. Basically, Jen gives in to Macbeth's orders to kill Macduff. Here is the second and final page. Epilogue. Gruach's confession to Macbeth's ghost. Basically, I was trialling a lot of ideas for TGIF Part 2 and the epilogue and alternate universes to Part 1. Feel free to have a little read if you can read my writing. That's my version of Lady Macbeth with the famous Judi Dench version of Lady Macbeth. Here is my initial design for Chloe, aka Lady Macbeth's lady-in-waiting or gentlewoman in the sleepwalking scene. Basically, this is my draft for Raging Feminist. I like that. This is my character Magenta, or Princess Magenta. Basically a line art only drawing of Magenta. Oh, it's the colour goddess. There's Muse Script, there's Blue Streak, and there's Nisty. These are some commemorative, lineless headshots of every MLP Pony Sona OC I've ever had. Some people might remember from possibly here to here. My current Pony Sona Anaphora, or Anaphora, not including the pony version of Marzi, is not here because this was drawn before I designed her. Similarly, here are all my human personas. A lot of people might recognise from here to here. I had very abstract character designs in 2010, let me just say that. Stark Lays, I really like her design and I'm tempted to bring her back. I was drawing in this art style quite a lot. Here are my current original characters and listings of songs that sort of fit them. These are like initial playlists. Another piece with my original characters, this time as ponies, also drawn in the similar lineless art style. This is about how shape language can communicate character and personality. If you can read my writing and you want to have a little read, feel free. This is costume designing for the Porter from Macbeth. This looks like art block to me. I have one for Satan as well. This is when your friend talks about someone who you don't know, so you just picture what they might look like. This is basically a drawing of what I think they'd look like. It's quite a nice drawing prompt to do. Here is my design for Rosalind and Celia from As You Like It. This is during the scenes where they are undercover. They had also made a cameo in The Goodness and Forgiveness. I really like this coloured line art style and I should draw in it more often. More Shakespeare character designs. This is my design for Othello and Iago, obviously from the play Othello. They also made a cameo in TGIF. Oh, that's cute. I like that. More Shakespeare character designs as Isabella from Measure for Measure, Ophelia from Hamlet, and Anne Boleyn from Six. Anne Boleyn is technically a Shakespeare character as she makes an appearance in the play King Henry VIII, but here is her design in the musical Six. Here is Camille with the lesbian pride flag. This one's got a bit of a story behind it. This is Tempest Shadow from the 2017 MLP movie. So if you've seen Kay's audio drama Tempest's Shadow, in the cast group chat we were all drawing pictures of Tempest, so I decided to join in too. As I said, I really like this coloured line art style. Here is Scoop, not my cat, the character she's named after. Here is Macbeth, Lady Macbeth and Banquo with the polyamorous pride flag. This one pretty much speaks for itself. Yes, it is canon to TGIF. Oh, that's nice. Lady Marzi and Lord K. Speaking of my pony Sona, Anaphora, here she is. As you can see with the scroll, she serves as a messenger. I don't watch Danganronpa or anything, but I am highly influenced by the art style of Danganronpa. So here are some Danganronpa characters in my art style. Here is Marzi as a medic for Halloween last year. I like this art style of like biro pen with like felt tip pen that's sort of bled with water. Here is Phyllis, aka Best character from the new Generation MLP movie. Same art style, this time on pink paper. Here is Marzi as a pony on this drawing. I really like how this turned out. This one is my October prompt drawing challenge. A lot of people do Inktober or Drawtober or daily prompts throughout the month of October, but I just don't have the time for that. So usually I generate, using a random word generator, generate 5 prompts, one for each week, starting on the 1st of October and ending on Halloween. Usually the last prompt is whatever I decide to theme my OC characters around for Halloween. So 2019 it was Rainbow Factory, 2020 it was steampunk, and 2021 it was medical drama. In this small sketchbook I have some more detailed drawings from late 2021, starting from the end of October. So first page I have my pony Sona Anaphora. I actually digitalised this image, but I think the traditional sketchbook version is a lot better. Here is my other pony OC, Maintail. You might remember her from the Plague's Reversion fanfiction. Thought I'd just quickly add that this drawing of Maintail is a redraw of this drawing from 2020, which is a redraw of this drawing from 2018. This is some experimental drawings. There's Pit Petals from the New Generation movie, and there is some coloured pencil drawings with black pencil outlines. Flutter Paws said this was one of her favourite art styles at the time, and I was trying to work out what she meant by it. It was either this or this. Here are some biro pen and watercolour, well, watered down acrylic paint drawings or paintings of my original characters. So we have Queen Crimson, Princess Fleur, or Duchess Fleur she's now known as, and Little Figaro there. King Centurion, there's Lady Marcy right here, there's me. Got a pumpkin over here, there's Lola, Naya and Magenta, Jen, or Lady Macbeth as a pony, and here's Arryn right here. This page is my pony Sona Anaphora through the generations. I really like how fluffy the G5 one turned out. Anaphora again in my art style, using different sort of pen and wash techniques. These are more Christmassy themed concepts for my original characters. We have Lola as a Christmas list. Honestly sounds like something she'd do, you know. I've got the hippopotamus for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. You, obviously Mariah Carey's Christmas list. Fleur as Clara from the Nutcracker. There's the Nutcracker right there. Naya as Mrs. Snow. That's from the Sia song. Magenta as Rudolph. Magenta is now Rudolph. Crimson is Mrs. Claus now. Massive debate on what Mrs. Claus's first name is. I had canon that it is Saturnalia, or Leah for short, because Saturnalia hardly gets talked about anymore. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a Roman holiday, usually on the 17th or 16th of December. What is typically celebrated as a Christmas tradition, it is borrowed from Saturnalia, basically. There's a whole video essay on the origin of Christmas and Saturnalia and the Sol Invictus, aka the Unconquered Sun. I'll try and find it. Centurion is the spirit of Christmas present. Me as the spirit of Christmas past. Crimson used to be the spirit of Christmas future. And then there's Arryn as Santa. But don't tell Magenta that it's me. I Arryn too late. Some snowflake drawings right here. I was trying to draw snowflakes when you like goes like, you basically start with lines. You basically start with like a line, or like lines and dots, and you join them up and it makes a snowflake. Something like that. Some Christmassy design ideas. It's like an angel in a bauble. Here is the final colorized design. It's like a personalized Christmas card. I make them every year. I really like how the white gel pen turned out on the Northern Lights. These are some balloon drawings. I like how they turned out. White Hawk had these Blue's Clues style sketchbooks, and he made some drawing tutorials with them, and I found them very helpful. Some more Christmassy themed drawings. There's Minty, famously associated with Christmas. Diamond Rose with bisexual coloured socks. And there's Nimoy from Merlin. That was for the Diamond of the Day anniversary, which just so happens to be on Christmas Eve. Have a lot of MLP drawings on this page. We have Mary and Flutter Holly from one of the Christmas specials, that is A Heartwarming Tale. And here's some regular MLP drawings of Sunny Rays and Lily Blossom. Some drawings of Marzi in different styles. We've got MLP G4, Powerpuff Girls, Kathy Ariel, also known as Chips on Instagram's art style. Tim Burton up here as well. Concept art and ideas for Tempest Shadow as a human. And this is exactly why, so I could do ship art. Here is some ship art of my character Queen Crimson with King Sombra from MLP. It was a thing back in 2018 and somehow I brought it back. And finally, from the 16th of January this year, we have my persona, Marianne Symphony, also known as Marzi, on writing some sort of scroll. That may look like wine, it's not, it's Coke. I don't like wine. If the composition of this image looks familiar, it's kind of inspired by this illustration of Mary Shelley I found on Pinterest. This is from Christmas Day. Someone in my family got new gel pens and I'm like, can I borrow them? And this is what happened. And here's Jen. Very, very fluffy hair. That was from June of 2021 up until early January of this year. As usual, it was primarily character illustration, experimenting with different line art and lineless styles, as well as different methods of shading. As expected, there was a lot of my original characters, as well as interpretations of Shakespeare characters and pony characters mixed within there. As always, thank you for watching, and you may now look away.